Heyo everyone, welcome to another weekend eShop sales video. Every week here at the channel we browse through the sales together with the crew and try to find some of the best ones to show off. Now today will be part 2 of our weekend coverage, and I'll have a link down below for part 1 where we talked about games sitting in that $10 to $15 range just in case you missed it or you didn't get the notification. And in today's episode we'll step it down a notch to talk about games between $5 and $10. If this happens to be your first time here, welcome and thanks for hanging out. If you like what we do here, or we help you find a game to wish list, or maybe even save you a few dollars on a game you've never heard of before, please consider subscribing to become part of the crew. It'll also help show the channel a little love in the process. And to my friends and family that are already here with us, thanks again for hanging out for a few minutes again today. You know we truly appreciate it. And a special thank you for all the birthday wishes for little man. He turned 9 yesterday and I couldn't be prouder as a parent. Alright folks, and with all that said, let's go ahead and dive in and try to find some deals. As always, stay safe out there and please enjoy the video. Alright, we'll start off with 3000th Duel. This is a single player action adventure game from Neo Popcorn with a download size around 1.25 gigabytes, and it will take players roughly 12 hours or so to wrap up. Players will explore a huge interconnected world with more than 300 biomes and 150 different enemy types, including the bosses. Now the game is definitely a Metroidvania at its core, and the story is dark and it does enough to keep you engaged throughout the entire runtime. If you're interested in this one, be sure to pick it up before the sale ends on May 26th. Right now it's marked down 60% and matching a previous low of just $5.99. Next we have the Book of Unwritten Tales 2. This is a single-player adventure title from THQ with a download size around 6.4 gigabytes and a main story that will last more than 15 hours to finish up. In this one, we join a cast of interesting characters for a point-and-click adventure that's full of comedic moments. The game allows you to play as multiple different characters throughout, and the soundtrack is top-notch. The graphics are gorgeous, and if you enjoy a good narrative-driven game, make sure to check out the Book of Unwritten Tales 2 before the sale ends on the 27th. It's marked down 70%. Matching a previous low of just $8.99. Call of Juarez, the Gunslinger edition, is a single-player arcade-style first-person shooter from Techland and offers roughly 5 to 7 hours of main story gameplay with a download size around 2.6 gigabytes. In this one, we assume the role of a ruthless bounty hunter on the trail of the West's most notorious outlaws. The main story is full of memorable moments and tells the untold truth of some of the greatest legends of the Old West. The game features gorgeous 3D environments, and the Switch version even added motion controls and HD rumble, which is always nice when we have some console exclusive editions. If you're interested in this one, be sure to grab it up before the sale ends on the 25th. It's marked down 60% to just $7.99, and again matching an all-time low. Darkwood is a single-player adventure-style RPG from Crunching Koalas and offers players roughly 25 to 30 hours of main story gameplay with a download size around 3.2 gigabytes. Now this is a challenging survival horror experience featuring a day and night cycle, randomly generated maps, a crafting system, skill trees, and a story with branching paths that you can take. Plus, on top of that, the game doesn't really rely on jump scares, rather the fear comes from the atmosphere that's created within the game. Players will need to craft items and survive while exploring during the day and find shelter at night. I know there's a lot of fans out there interested in this one, and it's back on sale until the 23rd, marked down 60%, matching a previous low of just $5.99. Dungeons of Dreadrock is a single-player puzzle-style adventure game with a small download size just under 300 megabytes and a story that should last roughly 6 to 7 hours to wrap up. Now the game has more than 100 puzzle-filled levels that ramp up as you progress through the story, and many of them require precise timing and planned movements. The retro look and sound are awesome, and the way that they sort of blend the action platforming with puzzle solving and the RPG mechanics is really cool too. If you're interested in Dungeons of Dreadrock, it's a really unique game, and right now it's on sale until the 27th, marked down 50% to a new all-time low of just $5 even. Headland is a single-player action RPG from Northplay with a download size around 500 megabytes and a story that will take just maybe a few hours to complete, but it's an emotional one that's sure to pull you in until the very end. We play as a young man named Noor as he sets out on a journey to save his home. The game is full of vibrant locations and weird enemies, plus there's all kinds of secrets and unlockables to find as you explore as well. The game is well suited for players of all ages, and the penalty for death is next to nothing, so you can pick right back up and keep going if you get overwhelmed. Now there are a few minor performance issues, but nothing that should take away from the overall fun, and right now you can pick this one up on sale until the 2nd, marked down 50% to a new all-time low of just $9.99. Next we have Monomals. This is a unique single-player action platformer with a musical twist added in. The download size comes in at just under 1.4 gigabytes, and there's tons of replay value here, so you're sure to get plenty of playtime with it for your hard-earned cash. Now this one is a mix of action-filled levels with these musical stages every now and again to mix things up. However, you can get by with the bare minimum in these parts, so if they're not really your thing, don't let it deter you from picking the game up if you're otherwise interested. If this does look like a game for you though, the port here on the Switch is on sale until the 26th, marked down 50% to a new low of just $9.99. Morbid: The Seven Acolytes is a single-player action RPG with an isometric view and a stunning pixel art aesthetic. The game offers a main story that will last roughly 8 to 10 hours, and the download size comes in at around 785 megabytes. Now this is a gruesome and disturbing Souls-like game featuring epic and brutal boss battles, diverse environments, and a deeply narrative-driven story. Players will find upgrades to gear, weapons, and skills along the way as we challenge the possessed 7 acolytes with godlike powers in order to save the kingdom. Now this game again is definitely challenging, but if you're into that type of game, right now you can grab it up before the sale ends on the 31st, marked down 70%, matching an all-time low of just $7.49. Next up we have Project Warlock. This is a single-player, retro-style FPS, again from Crunching Koalas, and it offers a main story that will take roughly 8 to 10 hours to complete, with the download size just under 2.7 gigabytes. In this one, we play as a mysterious warlock who embarks on a dangerous mission to eradicate all evil. In my opinion, it's a must-buy for fans of the classic first-person shooters, and there are 60 different levels across 5 different settings, hidden keys and pathways, a bunch of different secrets that you can find, and there's even an upgrade system in place to keep you feeling more and more powerful as you face a relentless onslaught by demons from all sides. This is another tough game that offers a great challenge, and if you're up to that, make sure to pick it up before the sale ends on the 23rd. Right now it's marked down 60% and matching an all-time low of just $5.99. Skautfold: Shrouded in Sanity is a single-player, retro-style action-venture title from Red Art Games with a download size around 560 megabytes, and you can expect the story to last roughly 4 to 5 hours before finishing up. Now in this one, we're tasked with exploring a huge estate, crawling with nasty enemies, and search for a way to clear the encroaching fog. The inhabitants have all gone mad, and they want nothing more than to make you dead. The game has a really cool retro look and a fun combat system, plus the dark story is pretty neat as well. Now it does have a bit of a Souls-like feel to it, and if you're interested in Skautfold: Shrouded in Sanity, make sure to grab it up before the sale ends on June 1st. It's marked down 35% to a brand new low of just $6.49. Next we have Trigger Witch. This is an action-adventure title from East Asia Soft and offers roughly 9 to 10 hours of main story gameplay on average, with a download size around 1.2 gigabytes. The game also has local co-op for 2 players as well, which is always nice. Now it's shown from a top-down view and tasks the players with exploring an open world, searching for stronger items and weapons, and interacting with some pretty strange characters. You'll have to fight your way through tough enemies and cleverly crafted environmental puzzles as you work to restore peace to the realm. Now you know I love a twin-stick shooter and twin-stick action game, so this was a no-brainer for me, plus I love the 2D look of the game as well. If you're interested in Trigger Witch, make sure to grab it up before the sale ends on June 3rd. Right now it's marked down 35% to just $9.74 and matching an all-time low. Alright folks, and as always, here are a few other games to check out while you're already on the eShop. Alright folks, that's going to go ahead and wrap up today's episode, but be sure to keep an eye out for more sales lists and daily deal videos over the weekend. Please like, share, and all that stuff. Sub if you're new, and as always, you know you're legendary if you made it this far. Much love to you all. Little man, take us home.
That's all for today's list. We hope you liked the video. If you did, consider subscribing and liking down below. Okay, bye!